Today we'll be examining two counseling theories, individual psychology developed by Alfred Adler and Gestalt Therapy developed by F. Fritz Perls. For a better understanding of these two theories, we'll demonstrate a counseling session in individual psychology counseling and Gestalt Therapy counseling. The counselor has been treating a patient by the name of Michael, a 23-year-old young man who's been struggling with drug addictions from a very young age. Michael has developed fixated behaviors and an unhealthy lifestyle. He has realized that this is a problem with his self-esteem, relationship, and style of living. Let's take a look at different types of counseling techniques that are used in individual psychology and Gestalt Therapy counseling.
Hi, Michael Gilgan.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
Very well, thank you. Thank you very much.
How's your stay at the Betty Ford Clinic?
Surprising. It's not what I expected it to be, but I'm trying to make the best of it.
Okay. Well, welcome to therapy.
Thank you.
You know, we talked a couple of times in our last previous session. Speaking of, I was looking back on some of the notes I took in regards to, you know, the feelings of inferiority, you know, it stems from. Can you elaborate a little bit more on, you know, those feelings?
You know, I have to take a look at the fact that the reason why I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons that I'm here is because I know that I have a problem with drugs at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Where it stems from, I mean, right now I have a career.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's going very well actually. I have my fiance, we're about to get married.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have my family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I think that I'm just having a hard time dealing with everything that's happening right now in my life.
It seems that you have a lot going on in regards
Yes.
to your engagement, work, trying to find balance.
Yes, this is correct.
And how do you find your balance?
You know, sometimes that's difficult. I thought that I was able to find my balance, whether it was with my family, but like I said, I'm having issues with my family at this point.
Mm-hmm.
The only way that honestly that I'm going to find any kind of balance, or at least what I'm looking for, I'm not even looking for balance, I'm looking for peace.
Okay.
And the only way that I'm doing that is actually by doing drugs.
Okay. Well, I want to congratulate you for being here.
Thank you.
You know, it takes a courage for someone to admit they have a drug issue. Also, you know, you mentioned your family.
Mhm.
Can you recall a time in your life, in your childhood and past, that you started doing drugs? Who maybe introduced you to drugs?
Being in my line of work,
Mm-hmm.
you know, drugs are there's a lot of access to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in our profession, you know, when it comes to my family, I come from a very unique family. My mom is a gospel singer.
Okay.
Okay, my father is a professional businessman. He's well-to-do. And my brother's also in the music industry. And even though we come from a very religious type family,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we've always had drug undertones in our home. I mean, that's just came hand in hand in one form or another. So drugs were never really something foreign to us at home.
Okay. So you come from a church religious household.
Yes, I used to sing in church.
Okay. And your whole entire family is in the entertainment industry.
Yes, they are.
Do you feel that doing drugs is your way to feel some kind of wholeness or no?
You know what? Most definitely. When it comes to my family, you know, all I ever wanted to was to be accepted, to be accepted by them, and for them to let me know that I'm doing what they've always wanted me to do. Not what I wanted to do, what they wanted me to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't get that from them. So, you know, I just feel like, you know, it's always like they want, people want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to get something straight. You know, I love drugs,
Mm-hmm.
okay? I don't want drugs to be a problem, but, you know, they do make me complete. You know, I feel like I can function. I feel like a totally different person. I feel like the person I want to be.
Okay.
when I'm on drugs.
So, you mentioned you like drugs.
Yes.
You have no issue admitting that. It's an scapegoat for you. Do you agree with that? For your family?
It is. It is. It takes the edge off the tension and, just the pressure in general when it comes to, my family, my job, what I do.
When you do your drugs, do you feel alone, emptiness?
I felt that anyway, even without me having to do drugs. It's just something that I've tried to beat or to build or to fill whatever it is that I felt empty about. I've always felt alone, but I've dealt with it. I like what drugs make me feel like. I don't feel alone. I feel like a different person, and I need that. I can achieve that faster. Whether I'm, smoking a pipe or doing crack, or I get that rush faster than I would any other way.
So what you're saying is you feel, complete when you do your drugs because you don't feel alone, correct?
Yeah.
I'd like to know a little bit more about your past childhood. What was it like growing up with your brothers and your father?
Well, I feel like I have a very good relationship with my mom, even though it's kind of estranged at this point. When it comes to my brother, I really don't speak to him as much as I can. I'm just too busy. Don't get me wrong, I love my family. I just don't want to deal with them right now. They just don't fit in the things that I'm doing right now. Growing up with my family, there was always abuse of one form or another. They always wanted us to be perfectionists. They've always wanted us to try, but that's just too much. Like I said, there was always drug undertones, when it came to my family. So it wasn't easy being a part of my family. It wasn't. I love my family, but in another sense, I hate them. And I don't think they realize that. It's not that I don't want to deal with them, I just don't want to deal with them.
So you have some kind of animosity towards your family?
Yes.
In regards to how you were raised, or?
Yes, I just feel that if things would have just been different, if they would have treated us differently, I wouldn't have gone through some of the things that I did.
Right.
And I just can't erase that from my mind. I'm sorry.
Okay. One of the goals is to overcome these feelings of inferiority. Coming here today, you admitted that you have a drug problem. And
Yeah.
that's the first step. You also mentioned, you try to escape your family issues and you turn to drugs.
Yes.
The need to be a perfectionist because of the pressure that your family has put on you at a young age.
That's about it.
Going forward, how would you handle this situation?
I know that eventually I'm going to have to face my family. I know this. Even being here, I know that eventually I have to get out from here and I'm going to have to deal with what I left out there. When I get to that point, I know that I'm going to have to either make amends with them or have them meet me halfway in some form so we can try to clear some of the dust of what's going on.
So you're saying as you're taking action, you're going to take accountability for your actions and start accepting who you are.
I'm going to try.
Okay, that's the first step. And I see you're doing very well. we're about almost out of time with our session. Would you like to come in Friday to talk more?
Sure.
Okay, is 3 o'clock work for you?
That's fine.
I'm penciling right here. Michael, thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Welcome, Michael Gilligan, to Royal Palms Rehab.
Thank you.
I see looking over your profile while you're here, but just like whatever you want to discuss, feel free to open the floor.
Well, as you can tell, I'm in my, I say 6th or my 7th rehab. I think that I've lost count at this point. And at this point in my life, I just feel like I've lost everything. I don't know what to do. At this point, I've literally lost everything. I've lost my wife, my daughter won't talk to me. My career is basically non-existent, and you know, my father died 2 months ago. I just can't deal with everything that's going on right now. I refuse.
What your father, you mentioned he died 2 months ago.
Yes.
Seems like you are a little bit upset in regards to his passing.
You know,
Maybe you have some unfinished business that you'd like to discuss with him.
I thought I was going to be happy because he was dead. That's the bottom line. I can't say that I hold any sorrow or any remorse. You know, I have to say the fact, and I'm relieved, you know, that he is dead.
Okay.
But, you know, I'm having a problem with that because I just feel like he did so much damage that I just feel like he's just getting away with this.
Okay. In regards to getting away with, seems like there's something on the back burner that you're not coming full force with.
My dad was not one of the most exemplary fathers, okay, in any sense of the word. You know, I've held a lot of anger towards my father. For years, I didn't even want to speak to him. Only times I ever tried to say anything when he was trying to take my money. The only thing I could think of positive to say about my father was the fact that he knew how to pick a tie.
Okay.
Because everything else was hell.
Looks like you know, you have some unfinished, again, business you want with your father. I have a technique if you would like to try, if you're willing to do that.
And that is?
If you close your eyes and you picture him sitting in this chair and you just speak to him and let him know how you're feeling in regards to the unfinished business, whatever you have that's been on the back burner all these years.
And this is going to help?
It has helped a couple of my clients.
You know what? At this point, you know, I'm so desperate that, you know, I'll try anything at this point.
Okay. So let's close your eyes and pretend that he's right here and just let your feelings flow. Let yourself go with the flow.
What am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to say? I can't say that I'm completely happy that you're dead. Okay? You never gave me the opportunity to get things straight with you. You know, I can't even start to tell you how much you hurt me, and you hurt the rest of us. Are you aware of what you've done? You know, I feel like, you know, you had so much to do with you know, ruining my life, with who I am right now, because of what you've done, because you were selfish. You know, I'm glad that you're dead. But I do regret the fact that I never had, or you never gave me the chance to at least clear things up with you. At this point, I don't know what you would want me to do. Just in case.
How'd you feel?
You know, I don't know. It's different. I have to like think about that right now. I really have to think about that. I don't know.
When you were speaking with your father, I noticed it was you saying you. I'd like you to try it again, but this time saying I, using the I feel, kind of makes you feel more accountable to the situation that you're facing right now and dealing with. Can you try that?
All right.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
I feel like you ruined my life. I feel like you ruined a whole bunch of other people's lives as well, not just mine. I'm conflicted at this point because I feel like I'm too far into what I'm doing that I can't change things now. You know, you did this. You know, I'm trying. If I were not trying, I would not be going through like my 6th rehab. I don't know whether you realize what you've done to us. I'm trying to do better. But I do regret I never had the chance to tell you how I really feel.
Michael, I want to applaud you for what you just did right now. And we are running out of time. And one of our goals here is to accept the negative, what you've been going through, keeping all these years, and you have realized, you know, that I believe you have found some kind of closure with your unfinished business you have with your father.
I would like closure.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that easy.
Okay.
Because, okay, I get closure, but what do I do about the rest of the mess?
Well, we will discuss that a little bit later on our next session. Because there's a lot of we're gonna have to really get to. But I want to say thank you. Your next session is this week, Thursday, about 10 in the morning. All right. Can you make sure Rita brings you to and escorts you down here to therapy?
Why not?
Thank you for coming, and I will see you on Thursday at 10 a.m.
I will be.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.